The four of you are watching the refinery go up in flames, and the it all goes up in a fiery explosion of smoke and burning oil, and it just it doesn't just stop with the one explosion. It feels like an earthquake as the ground shakes and this fiery inferno reaches up into the sky, and as if it's trying to bite at the moon and stars above. And you see that there are even smaller explosive bursts of fire and flame that spray out in the distance, as the oil underground is also ignited in this fire, almost like a fireworks display, and the the smoke quickly fills the night sky and starts to descend down on the prairie and the land, and starts to, as you're all moving away from the explosion, the dark veil of smoke starts to roll in like an ocean of black smog, and even the distant lights of Valentine over to the west are blacked out through the thick smoke. And even through the smoke, you see the pillar of fire that is the explosion, and there's a shift in the energy in the air, that sort of kind of it's like a almost like an electrical charge that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and it feels familiar to when the four of you were on it feels familiar to when the four of you were on the train back to Saint Denis when you encountered the umbral storm and the ghosts, and you feel the vibrant sensations to your senses as the landscape around you starts to shift in between the umbra and the physical, and you realize quickly that the explosion you've set off has triggered another umbral storm as the spiritual and physical worlds sort of merge together again, and the the explosion of the burning refinery is this swirling living vortex of fire, smoke. This yeah, it's this swirling vortex of fire and smoke, and you see as these fiery blots of small these fiery small blots of flame and darkness are spat out onto the grassy plains and oil fields around the refinery, and they take these not humanoid but almost blob like lumbering shapes as the pollution and oil starts to manifest themselves in spirits, and the burning refinery looks like just this great giant beacon that radiates a foul taste and smell that fills the air. What would you guys like to do?
Well, that ain't good.
As Laz says, do you think our underhandedness was heavy-handed?
Maybe
Well,
a little bit.
you guys can stand around commenting on how good or how bad, how heavy-handed or how underhanded it is. Adrian's running for the horses as fast as he can. He has no comments on shit. He's running for his horse, and as soon as he gets on his horse, he starts shooting north as fast as he can.
Yep, that seems like a very good idea.
And it's
Well,
not easy for him because he is probably having an asthma attack from hell right now.
while running, he's gonna ask, "You think we're gonna rout this storm?"
Can damn well try.
Keep running.
I ain't stopping, but I'm just asking. The last time we tried to run it, we got crashed into a train.
Hey, we lived through that. That's fine.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and change the scenery on roll 20 for a moment.
Oh goodness.
I pulled up some pictures for inspiration. Yeah, you run for the horses. The horses are panicked. And you are riding north as there's the massive cloud of smoke rolling in behind you, and that giant fiery beacon behind you. As in no time at all, it's soon kind of blotted out by the trees. But who knows how long that will last. And as you're heading north through the Cumberland Forest, you can already see traces of the smoke and smog rolling in through the trees, even as fast as your horses are carrying you. Uh, do you guys have a destination in mind?
Somewhere outside the storm.
Adrian does. They're gonna ride as hard as they can towards the reservation.
Okay.
And when they get far enough north, they're gonna find one of their old camping spots, so they can stop there, set it up real quick, since it's already cleared and everything like that,
Hmm.
and look like they've been there for a while. So that's where they're going.
Okay.
I do know that they've been awake all day. It is now the middle of the night and they're running for their lives. They're not going to be able to last too much longer, especially Adrian. So getting to a place that they can stop and regroup is probably a good idea. That's the goal, at least.
All right. Yeah. And as you find the old camping spot and set up camp, you have a moment to collect yourselves, to regroup, and probably about maybe I'd say an hour and a half or 2 hours. You do hear like the distant sound of turkeys. It's a little distant right now, but you guys do have a moment to talk amongst yourselves.
First thing they want to do is make the camp look lived in. So set up lean-tos, start a fire, grab some firewood, start cooking a meal. If you were shot like Adrian was, he takes off the shirt and the jacket that he bought, cleans up a little bit, puts on his good shirt and his non-perforated jacket, and probably burns the shirt, hides the jacket that he got shot in. And after that's set up and it looks like they've been established there and they weren't the ones that would have, I don't know, burnt down the Great Plains, then they can relax. Comment about heavy-handedness.
He's making dinner. Well, our great leader is changing and getting rid of the evidence. So, now what?
Yep. Well, we still have a lot of leftover bear and deer, so we're going to go up to the reservation and give some of them our extra food before it goes bad. And after October's over, we're going to have to go back to the oil fields so we can go into the Umbra and see what's in there.
Actually, October is over. It is November in the game.
Yeah, like the first week or so of November.
Yeah, I want to say the 4th
Yeah.
or the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, because go ahead.
Probably the 5th.
Okay. Yeah. So once the fires are died down a little bit, we're gonna go check out the Umbra around there. We're gonna have to fight, I'm sure, but
You'll think the storm will die down, or will it continue?
probably gonna die down. But I'll tell you what, here in a couple of days, we're gonna find out.
What makes you say that?
Do you plan on dying in the next couple of days?
Oh, I don't know. It depends of how much the Pickingtons find something against us. But aside from
can't.
that, no.
They have absolutely positively no reason to pin this on us unless they know that we're Garou.
Right. So we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop by the reservation then. We're gonna stay there a while, or until we have to go back to the plains, the oil field.
I'm not sure yet. We might go do some other stuff. Trying to look through my notes here, sorry.
So don't worry, Heath is just mixing the pot while you're thinking really hard.
I'm thinking we'll go up to, might go around Valentine for a bit. Unless somebody has something else they need to do.
Aside from getting out of here as quickly as possible, no. I doubt we have anything else to do here.
And that's when the sound of the turkeys draws closer. There's a gobble or two on the outskirt of your camp, and then a few moments of silence, before you see melting snow jump out of the bushes, and she exclaims, "Little Shadow laughs there."
That's his name now. That's
Hold
his
on,
name now.
give me a moment.
That is your new name now.
Just call him blah blah from here on out.
Little Shadow, blah blah blah.
Sorry, a cough snuck up on me while I was talking.
All right.
All right, give me just a moment. Just gonna take some Dayquil really fast, and I'll do that over. So yeah, there's a gobble of a turkey on the outskirts of your camp in the bushes, and after a rustle or two, there's a few moments of silence, and then you see melting snow burst out of the bushes and exclaim, "Oh, little Shadow, laughs last. Heath and Laz, it's good to see you again." And she pauses for a moment, and as like her excitement to see you fades, and then her face turns a little more grim, as if she's, remembering that she's in the area for another purpose. And she says, I've been training, and we we saw the fire and the smoke." And as she's talking, you see Krell, her brother that you first met when you were taking her back to her sept, and then two other Garou that you don't recognize.
Yeah, he's squatted down near the fire. He's doing his thing, making probably more tea. And he looks up at the thing. He expected them to come as soon as he heard the gobble gobble sound. So, not very surprised when she came. Well, more surprised that it's her, being as that she's newly shifted. But he smiles when he sees her and nods to all the others and says, "Sorry about the fire. Things got out of hand."
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Not really. He expected the whole thing to go up.
One of the Garou that you don't recognize, she shifts into her Hamid form, and her arms are crossed, and you see that she kind of, well, she doesn't even have to glance at the inferno in the distance before she says, that is an extreme understatement. But
He kind of just shrugs at that and says, "Well, sometimes you just need to purify things with fire,
That's our boss for you. Always thinking ahead.
especially when those things belong to people that, oh, I don't know, kidnap the children of natives and send them away."
And the four of them nod, and the same Garou that you don't recognize, she speaks up again and says, "Well, we know a way of stopping the inferno before it gets out of hand."
But just let it go for a little while longer at least. The more damage that it does to that place, the longer they're going to be focused on fixing it so we can figure out how to stop them from messing with you guys longer. You guys are no longer an issue. We've hopefully successfully blamed it on somebody else, and while that goes on, we'll be able to try and fix your guys' situation. Come on over here and eat. If you guys are hungry, we've got plenty of food.
And the four of them move over to join you, and she speaks up again, and she says, you don't understand. Not that I would expect you to know this already. But first," and she pauses for a moment, and she says, "I am Doe's Heart, and you know Melting Snow and Krell already. This is follows the moon's light to hidden places, and the location you just lit on fire, that refinery was above the location of the prison of an ancient Bane, and we're making sure that there is no damage to the seal that keeps it imprisoned. But from the looks of things, I think there may have been some damage, so we are going to have to seal it." And she gestures briefly to melting snow, and that is why she is here. Because of the situation our sept is in, she is going to have to learn quickly, and this may be her rite of passage.
You guys want help?
Well, since you started the fire, I would assume that you would be willing to help.
Oh, we're not just done with the area. We knew we needed to go back. Yeah.
We clean up our own messes, and by the sound of this Bane thing, we created a bigger mess than we originally expected.
Well, it's not good, but neither is them drilling down into the earth and
And freeing the thing anyway.
freeing the thing anyway. So,
So what is a Bane?
what is a Bane?
Yeah, they said that they have something sealed in there. What is it?
It's a worm-tainted, probably really large, really powerful spirit.
Oh, I was gonna ask, are you asking Adrian, or are you asking the Uktena?
It's more of an open-ended question.
Okay.
Since the group is staying around and eating his stew anyway.
All right, yeah. Yeah, and Doe's Heart, she speaks up and says a Bane is a corrupted spirit. They they can be worm tainted. Sometimes they are spirits that have been corrupted, or they take on negative aspects. There are Bane spirits of greed, lust, pain, violence, rage. There can also be elemental Bane spirits of smog, balefire. Our our tribe is our tribe's patron spirit, Uktena, is a collector of information and secrets. We know many things about Banes and how to contain them, and we have many ancient Banes imprisoned across the Pure Lands that we have kept safe and secret for countless generations. It's because of the meddling of, and she pauses for a moment, and then she continues and says, of the outside tribes, the worm bringers, that the storm eater is that the storm eater was released to begin with. So the bane that is under the Great Plains is a very ancient and powerful one. The damage that it could do if it was unleashed, especially with the umbral storms that have been occurring lately, the destruction would be unimaginable.
So what do you need us to do to help you?
And uh, that's when Krell speaks up, and he says, "Well, while the Thurges do their thing, and we assist them with the right, we need you to take all the glory and keep the smaller Bane spirits off of us. That's more or less what needs to be done."
Real simple. They do the magic, we do the violence.
All right. So are we heading there? When are you heading? Excuse me. When are you heading over there then, towards the center?
And Doe's Heart answers, and she says, "Well, right now. We were just on our way over."
Can we eat first? Rest up a small bit?
Wouldn't want this venison stew to go to waste. No.
Yeah, they don't look too happy about it, but they all reluctantly nod and say we don't know how much time we'll have, but yeah, you can all rest for a moment, at least get some of your strength back.
So he sits back and starts drinking some of his tea.
Keith is just gonna pass out venison, some stew around.
Gonna probably get with. Well, it ain't smart to travel this side. The closer they get to the fire, they're gonna be looking for people that did it. So we should probably go into the Umber real soon. So Isaac, if you can make sure that the horses are tied the best way possible, where they're around plenty enough food, we should all grab our guns and get ready to go as we can.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Man. At least you could say this is not gonna get boring.
Well, you said you wanted more action.
This is true. They'd say that, so I'm not complaining.
Better not. Because if you do, I'll just figure you don't think this is enough action. We're just going to have to kick it up a notch.
Well, with stuff that we have planned out, I think we already have that covered. Plus, I do feel bad that we're partly responsible for this entire seal mess thing, even if we didn't know.
That seal is in danger of being opened with them drilling there. We just sped up the timeline. It was inevitable.
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Shadow Lord will justify anything.
Still, at least you have the honor to clean this mess up. Well, sort of. We're just coming along as an accessory.
Need be.
Just eat your goddamn stew and let's head out. Oh, right. Sorry, your gosh darn stew.
Somebody here not like to hear that kind of language?
Oh.
I don't care.
Not that I know of.
I don't give a goddamn shit.
What about you, lass? Do you care? But what?
What a mouth on Adrian.
My mouth is awesome, and I don't give two shits or a fuck what people think about it.
So he's saying thank you, lass. Thank you for appreciating him.
Nicer outside of the city. You don't have to pretend to be nice. You can just be whatever you are.
Huh? Eat up. There's plenty of stew in the pot. The pot. Then that's anyway.
He eats a small bit, but mostly just drinks the tea. Then he goes to his horse and packs some things away. Melting snow's kind of small for a human, right?
Yeah, she's small for a wolf, so she's kind of on the short side in her pomade shape.
That jacket that has the hole in it, he goes ahead and tosses it to her and says, "Here, you can have that." And it's not like junk or anything. It's just got a hole and a little bit of blood on it. Free jacket. You should probably clean it, and somebody will help you repair that hole, though.
And she catches the jacket and says, "Okay, I'll keep it." And she tries it on. It's a little bit too big for her, but she keeps it.
No, that's amazing. He's finally bigger than somebody.
Oh, it takes a
Oh,
child
that's
to
right.
make it.
I forgot Adrian's pretty small too.
He's only 5.5 feet tall, maybe 130 pounds
$1.50. Oh wait, that's too much.
under.
I want to say Melting Snow is probably a little bit smaller, and by comparison, she probably looks like around like 16 or so. She's really young.
She's a child.
She is what he looks to be. Yeah, he looks real young. He's just tiny little guy. Nobody'd expect him to set a fire that would set the
No,
entire area on fire.
of course not. Why would he? No. Poor Adrian. He's innocent, no matter what.
No, he's far from innocent.
Well, most of us know that now.
He's a lawyer. He told you all he was a lawyer. I
Yeah,
should tell you
well,
right then and there, he's a liar and a cheat.
he has no soul. We know that already. We just accept it at this point. It's like, so tell me, Adrian, when you got your degree, did you sell your soul to them before or after that happened?
Shit. That old bastard, I twisted him around so much, I own his soul now. I'm good at what I do.
Clearly. The time you lost a debate with some random nobody in the moot. I still remember that, even though I was half asleep.
Well, I broke a rule with that one.
And which was?
That guy ever comes up to me again and says, "Let's do it again," sure. I pick the audience. And then he can go and head to a bunch of old ass shadow lords and get a Fenris and tell them why they should keep their elderly alive and see if he can be successful then. It's real easy to do in front of a bunch of members of tribes that don't like that law. Do it in front of the ones that staunchly enforce the law, and if you can change their minds, then you're good. He hasn't changed my mind. He just won over the crowd that was around him, people that already believed like he did. So always pick and choose your opponent, and beware of the crowd.
Look, the only crowd that I'm used to is the bar crowd, and mostly through brawls. So that whole debate thing just goes way over my head.
Well, it should. You're an hour on.
You. If I didn't know what that meant, that almost sounded fucking insulting.
No, it's
I
just
mean,
you are what you are. You were born that way. This is the way you're supposed to be.
Oh, well. Kind of reassuring, I think.
No. So they have conversations and they eat real fast. I'm pretty sure their new native friends,
Are looking at it with disgust and impatience? Yeah, probably.
well, maybe not disgust, but impatience. Maybe
Yeah.
disgust. I don't know.
Less disgust and mostly more impatience. And Melting Snow is just happy to see her friends again. But yeah, so yeah, and once you've rested and eaten and had a moment to get your strength back, The third of the group with the really long deed name, I'll just call her Moon's Light. She starts to open a passage into the Umbra, and melting snow also assists her with that, with opening the way for everybody. And she holds the way open. It's like a portal as she actually opens up the passage surprisingly easily. And she looks over to the rest of you and says, are you ready now?"
Ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah,
That I am.
Adrian's got all of his stuff. He went ahead. He's gonna go ahead and take off. He's gonna take the shotgun, his 2 pistols. He's gonna go ahead and grab this cavalry saber that he usually keeps on his horse. Pops that onto his belt, and when they say, "Are you ready?" he just walks right into the Umbra with them.
Heath walks right behind Adrian.
Okay, and then as everybody goes through into the Umbra, the Thurges bring up the rear, and as they pass through themselves and close the portal. And in the Umbra, it's basically a reflection of what's going on in the physical world as well, as there's sort of this dark haze to everything, kind of muting the usually vibrant colors, and just a strong smell of smoke, and just, you know, the strong smell of smoke, and just a kind of foul taste in the air, and the smell just makes your eyes water just a little bit. And Dozeheart starts to lead the way towards the inferno, where you see what looks like a bunch of fire spirits just kind of scattering as they spread throughout the umbral forest. And she says, "This way."
Heath is just gonna follow along.
He does a double check to make sure his entire pack made it into the Umbra, which I'm sure they did. Nods to Dozeheart, and then he goes ahead and shifts to Lupus. Easier to breathe, easier to maneuver and move, and yeah.
And the other Garou with you, this other kind of pack, they start to shift into Lupus as well, and lead the way as they kind of duck and weave through the trees, avoiding the path of the fire spirits, and heading out towards leading the way towards the plains, as you see that big inferno kind of drawing closer and closer as you make your approach. Is everybody going into Lupus?
Yes, I'm going to Lupus as well.
Yeah, I think that also.
Wolf form. Full wolf, I think. Pretty sure, right?
Yeah, that's the normal
Lupus is the
looking form.
full wolf. You could go Hispo, that would be fine. You could even go Krynos. They can go to all fours and they can run.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lupus is just a normal wolf, lass.
Alright, sorry, I was gone for a moment. What was that?
We're going to all wolfy form.
Okay. Alright, and so as the group of you make your way through the forest, you reach where it opens up into those plains, and you see the burning inferno where the refinery used to stand. It looks like the ground has kind of sunken in a little bit as it's on fire, and it's kind of partially swallowed up the buildings and structures, and dancing in the burning oil fields, or, well, kind of outside them, kind of rolling through the grass. You see these sickly looking blobs of glowing fire as they flicker with a phosphorescence and dart around really fast like fireflies. And you see these other slow moving masses of oily tar and sludge as these sludge blobs sort of bubble and roll around as they leave behind these noxious trails that You can see like the heat kind of vapor off of them. And there's and some other spirits that just look like clouds of smoke and all kinds of nastiness, and that same kind of foul stench in the air, that bad taste in your mouth. There's this kind of instinctual feeling that these spirits that are dancing around in the grass and the fields are not natural. They shouldn't be. And that's when Moon's Light, the other thirds besides Melting Snow, speaks up and points at the blobs of fire and the blobs of sludge, and she says, "Well, there are the Banes over there. We have to get closer if we're going to seal the rupture. It's going to take some time. I'm going to have to summon an earth spirit, and perhaps I might be able to strike a bargain so that it'll move the earth for us, and then the four of us can perform the rite to reseal the breach."
All right. Well, I guess for now we're just gonna go with you to where you need to go and only attack the Banes that attack us. Just keep on the mission, and once you get to where you need to be, we will fan out and make sure that nothing comes near you.
Sounds like a plan.
And that's when Doe's heart gives a nod, and she says, "Sounds like a good enough plan." And Krell gives this kind of wide wolfish smile, and he nods and says, "Oh, good hunting." And Melting Snow, she looks like a mixture of excited and anxious, because she's obviously never seen or done anything like this before. But she sticks close to her brother Krell and gets ready to move. And that's when Moonslight gives a nod and says, "All right, let's go." And the Uktena start to move forward, and they start to lead the way. All right, and then with how I had this in mind, I was gonna do like kind of like last time where I never ran a combat before. I've never ran a combat with spirits before, so I was thinking of having them come in groups of two and see what happens.
Okay.
See how badly we die?
Yeah. But yeah, so let's see. Give me a moment as I try to remember how to do the combat again. Hang on a second. I had the thing somewhere.
My sound might go funny real quick. I'm just gonna try something out real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and do initiative. So that's let's go ahead and do initiative. So I believe there's a button on the character sheets.
Let's see. Yes, there you go. So we can bite spirits.
Laz, yes you can. You can bite spirits, you can call out them. So like being in the spirit realm, you can fight spirits like you would normally fight other things. It's just the difference is that the spirits have kind of a slightly different health. They have something called essence. And that is kind of like their health.
I believe for a bite attack, I think it's what, dexterity ball?
Yes. And then
Or is it? Yeah.
hold on. Oh yeah. So biting, it's dexterity plus brawl, and then the difficulty is 5, and then it's a extra +1 to the damage. For Hispo, I believe you get extra bite damage to that.
Yeah, it's +1 to bite damage.
So like for damage, Laz, it would be your strength modifier, and then you get an extra 2 dice. Because you get a +1 from biting, and then a +1 from your form.
For strength?
Yes.
+3 for Hispo.
Oh, sorry, okay. I wasn't looking at it. I was trying to remember off the top of my head.
It's alright.
Hold on, give me a second. See. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, since the looks like it doesn't want to put the turns in the little turn order thing, I'm gonna put the order in roll 20 chat, and then I'm gonna put it in the voice box too. Alright, so it looks like Isaac goes first. So as the Lieutenant lead the way, you guys see one of the blob-like fire spirits and one of the kind of oily tar spirits approach the group, and you hear Krell speak up and shout, "All right, go get him!"
Let's see. It's Gnosis to switch forms, isn't it?
It's rage.
Rage.
Rage Gnosis. Okay.
Oh yeah.
See,
Everybody gets a point of rage at the start of combat too.
okay. Then I will use Rage to switch to Krynos. Which one's closest, the Tari dude or the Fiery dude? Or actually, it doesn't really matter.
Uh,
He'll
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
yeah, he'll go after the Tari dude.
Okay.
With a claw attack. Let's see, dexterity and brawl for a claw attack. Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hell, where is it? Dexterity. Oh man, I cannot read this writing on here. Okay, roll. So 5 plus 1. I wish it was an easier way to roll that. So 6d10. Sorry, having issues.
That's okay. Take your time.
That's not what I wanted. I don't remember how to do the. There it is. 6d10. There you go. And that would be a success of what?
Uh,
5?
uh,
Or difficulty 5 rather? Or
to claw is a difficulty 6. It looks like,
Oh,
unless
6.
unless Krynos lowers that.
I have no idea about that one.
Let me take a look. All right. Yeah, it looks like Krynos doesn't lower the difficulty, but it does give you +1 dexterity.
Yeah, I added that one.
Okay.
So I got 2 successes.
Yeah, so the difficulty would be 6. So that's 2 successes, so you got a 1 damage carryover.
Alright, so that'd be strength.
Your strength is +4 in Krynos.
Yeah, I know. So that'd be strength plus 4, 6 plus 1 is 7. There we go. Oh, geez, ones. It's gonna be my night for ones, apparently.
Oh, oh dear.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 successes.
2 successes. All right.
Ow. Let me put this in here so I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth. Combat.
All right. So 2 points of damage as you claw into the tar. It's thick, sticky, and it smells really bad.
Fun.
All right, and then next up is Heath.
I will also spend a rage point to turn into Krynos, and I will rush in and attack the. You said it was a fire spirit and a tar monster.
Yeah, there's one. It's like a blob made out of fire, and then
Mhm.
another one. It's like a tar monster.
I'm gonna go and attack the fire one with the claw.
Okay.
With the claw.
The claw.
The claw.
Let's see. I wonder if I still have that save. Second. So you have +1. Let's see. Roll.
All right. Looks like 6 successes.
Okay.
So that is +5 to your damage pool.
All right. Let's see. You said 5 extra.
Yeah, 5 extra. 5 carries over.
All right. Only 2 of them currently.
Oh, hold on.
I don't think did they do it right? Maybe I didn't do it right.
No, you did. You got 2, 4, 7, 2, 7.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I did it right.
Okay.
But I think this is
Wait,
no.
your strength? No, your strength would be way the fuck higher. As
Yeah.
a Krynos, what's your strength currently? Like your dots.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think it didn't account for the Krynos.
Yeah.
It's 4 dots.
So you would have 4 plus 4 because of Krynos, and then plus 5 because of your.
So 13 total.
Yeah.
All right, so let me redo that soon. So
Five
slash
is way
roll.
too low.
Yeah, it's like roll. Yeah, is it roll and then
Yeah, it's like /roll and then 13d10.
13d10. There we go.
All right.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how you went with the quick success and quick failures.
The ones are just gonna cancel out a success each. But 2 10s is gonna basically count as 4 because they double when there's 2
3
of them.
10s.
Okay, I gotta do this. So you said each crit success counts as 4?
2 of them count as 4.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Each one that doesn't sound right. Okay, so 2,
Wait.
3,
So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then you take off 2, so 9. 9 successes,
hold on, give me a second.
I think.
2,
No, that's
3,
correct.
8.
Jeez, why is that a lot of damage? I need to fix that to make an automatic button.
I'm sorry,
I'm gonna try.
Zest, did you say 8 or 9?
9
9.
total.
Okay. All right.
I need to figure out how
That
to
was
do that
on.
thing. Ah! Sorry.
All right. Yeah. So Heath, as you follow up with Isaac, and you just tear a big chunk out of this giant blob of sludge, and as you rip your claw out of it, there's just a huge chunk of it that splatters across the grass, like blood. And as this dark black spray covers the ground, you can see it kind of steam and hiss. All right, and then Laz, you're next.
It's still standing.
Oh yeah, it's still standing. Spirits are a lot tougher than people. Yes, that's correct, Laz. Okay, going after the sludge spirit. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I think he's going after the fire spirit with me.
You were going after the fire spirit. Okay, I misunderstood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean it's fine if you took it into the sludge spirit. It doesn't matter. That's okay. 2, 2.
Yep. All right, 2. So 1 carries over, Laz. So just to clarify, since I misunderstood Zest, do you want to bite the fire spirit or do you want to bite the sludge?
2 different tastes. Nah. Like, what's a better taste, Lass? Do you want fire in your mouth or you want ooze in your mouth?
Okay. Yeah, Zest, I'll just write down that you attacked the fire spirit and that and pretend I totally didn't understand what I didn't misunderstand, and then Laz, you'll go for the fiery spirit. Yeah, the one that took damage. Yeah. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So 6 points of damage on the balefire spirit.
Jesus Christ, Lass. You got all success.
Yeah, so what happened to that fire spirit, Heath, is you clawed into it, tore a large chunk out of this fluorescent blob of fire, and little sparks scattered almost like blood. And then Laz goes in, follows it up by biting a big chunk out of it as he bites down on this sickly looking blob and probably burns his fur as he bites down and tears a chunk out of it.
You know, I thought we were supposed to fight fire and fire, but this is ridiculous.
Alright, so next the spirits are gonna go next. So yeah, Laz, as you bite down on the burning blob of sickly fire, it is going to retaliate in kind and blast you with some fire. All right, so it looks like for the ability the spirit has, it doesn't need to roll to hit, and the attack can't be dodged. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll for damage, and it's going to hurt probably. Oh god, it's going to hurt. Actually, hold on. Give me just a moment. All right. I'm just making sure I'm rolling everything correctly, because it has a pretty decent sized pool of dice, and yeah. All right. Okay. Well, good news, Laz, is that that you can soak the damage. So it's gonna look like a scary number of dice, but you can still soak some damage.
That's a scary number of dice,
I
alright?
I don't like. Okay, Les, roll your stamina to soak.
How much stamina do you have, man? I look away for 1 second, then I come back and see this.
Yeah, just the stamina roll. All right. Whew. Okay.
You're not
That is
dead.
lucky as shit.
Les, you are so lucky.
You are not dead.
Give me just one moment. All right. So what happens, Laz? So actually, this is how I'm picturing the scene. So Heath swipes in with his claw, takes a chunk out of it. Laz dives in to take a bite out of it, and as he chomps down into this gel-like blob of fire, it suddenly just explodes and just blasts fire in his face. And good news, Laz, is you are not dead, but you are mauled. As just this blast of fire just washes over your entire body, burns your fur off, and you probably feel like the skin around your mouth and face melt a little bit as you suffer severe burns. That is going to be 5 points of 4 points of aggravated damage. So not mauled, but the level below that.
The wounded.
Okay, yeah, you are wounded.
And everything's at a -2 for him now. -2 dice.
Yeah, aggravated is an X. So yeah, that means you get a, because of your wounds, you get a -2 to your dice rolls now. Good news is that you can take a step back and take a turn to heal yourself, to focus on healing yourself, or somebody can heal. Oh, or somebody can heal you if they have Mother's Touch, which actually.
Our third is missing.
Well, there's two Octena Thurges with you guys, so you're not without some healing, which is the good news. So yeah, we'll do Adrian's turn, and then I'll probably have Melting Snow try to heal Laz some. So yeah, Adrian, what would you like to do as you watch Laszlo burst into flame for a moment?
He skidded to a stop, turned around, shifted into Krynos, and got real low, but instead of attacking, he's gonna stare at the sludge monster that Isaac's on. And I am going to use Fatal Flaw. The system works like this. I'm gonna put it in the voice box here.
Okay.
Oh, it's not letting me. Hold on.
I believe that's the one that lets you like pick out the weaknesses, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to stare at it for one full turn, so this turn, and then I'm going to roll perception plus empathy. The difficulty is going to be the wits and subterfuge of the sludge monster.
Mm-hmm.
Any successes from this is going to give me one additional die of damage during combat with the sludge monster.
Okay.
And it looks like it might actually make it to the next round, so I'm going to go ahead and roll wits and subterfuge.
All right, and then give me just one moment as let's see, as I make sure I have the right numbers.
I rolled 4 10s.
Oh shit!
You sure did.
Wait a minute. Why did it roll 10d6?
I have no
Oh.
idea.
So,
It rolled 10. It rolled 10d10, not 6d10.
the hell?
Interesting. Yeah, you're right.
That's weird.
Well, you did put an exclamation mark on the end. I'm not sure if that matters or not.
No, it did. I
Does it?
don't type it. I use the automatic dice roller. I just fill it in and say d10s, 6, and then tell it to roll. Should I re-roll it or?
I don't want to make you re-roll it because you got that was. I mean, even if Roll20 was being weird and rolled too many dice, I don't want to take that really awesome roll away from you.
Well, I'd still have 2 10s even if we took off the last 4.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'd have 1 10. All I need is 1 success.
Okay.
So having 110 tells me I get the extra die because I don't think that it's gonna have, what is it again? Oh, you know what? I rolled the wrong thing anyway. It's perception 2, 3. It's the same.
You know, I'll just say you
Yeah.
you succeed.
All I need is one success. Any extra successes doesn't give me anything. It just says I do. So 110. I don't think it's wits and subterfuge is going to be 10. So
Yeah.
next round I've got an extra die for damage whenever I damage the sledge monster.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. And then Melting Snow, who is watching the fight play out, she sees you, Laz, take that really nasty hit, and she is going to run over to you and hold on, give me just one moment. I just realized the little character sheet I made for her for when you guys first met her. I didn't give her Mother's Touch, but enough time has passed, I think, that she has probably learned Mother's Touch by now. Give me just one moment as I look up the roll. Alright, intelligence, empathy. So she's going to use Mother's Touch, even if she technically doesn't have it. So 60, 10, and each success heals 1 level of lethal bastard or aggravated. Alright. 10, and alright. Alright, so Laz, so she gives you a touch as you say, it's been a week, and you heal 1 point of damage, so you get a little bit better. You're hurt instead of wounded, as the pain from the burn starts to subside a bit, and to everyone else it probably looks less red and raw. Yep, 1 point of damage. She did not roll very well. Oh wait, no, actually, scratch that. She rolled 2 ones, so she heals no damage. That's my bad.
Oh, you got nothing. You got nothing left.
I'm sorry, Laz. She did so badly. She doesn't heal you at all.
In fact, she cripples you. She goes,
Yeah, you're still at injured. That's my bad. So yeah, she licks some of your burns, and she asks, "Do you feel a little bit better?" As nothing about your situation changes at all.
No.
yes, what's my God?
It theoretically it removes the whole cross because Mother's Touch can remove any type of damage. So theoretically, if she did get that 1 success that I originally said she had, you would have healed an entire point of health.
So we go up the food chain to injured or hurt.
But yeah,
Injured.
You're still injured.
Are you still wounded?
Or
No, injured, because it was only 3 points of damage, not 4.
Oh, okay.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, and then it's Isaac next.
Oh boy. I guess since he's kind of tangled up with the sledge creature thing, he's gonna go ahead and go for that. I'm gonna try to use his dice roll to see if it actually works. See, dexterity brawl is 5 to 6 dice. So let me see if this counts what form you're in. So it should roll 6.
Mm-hmm.
It did not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me roll one more. There you go. So 2 successes?
Yes.
Alright.
Alright, so 1 carries over.
Okay, so it does not get, like, if you click your form thing, it doesn't count in the dice roll, which kind of shitty, but...
Oh,
alright.
that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. So, let me try it on this then. So, add strength. So, my strength should be 6. Let's see what this says. So, I should be rolling 7. Oh, hey, it actually says right there. So, extra successes, it should roll 7. Okay, it does. So, the damage works if you hit... It counts the form, I believe.
How does it
So
do
2,
that
4. So when you go to your form page,
though?
you just click whatever form you're in, like the name of the form.
Yeah.
For the attack, it doesn't work, but for the damage, it does. You just have to click the button that says add strength on there, and then add whatever extra success you got. So 6 was an extra 1, so that's 6 successes. So that's cool. So that works. I don't know why the other one doesn't work.
That's funky.
Yeah. I was curious about that, so I wanted to test it out and see if it'll actually count what form I'm in, and it didn't count for the attack, but it did for the damage. So that's weird. I'll probably have to play with that a little bit. I'll probably do that when we're done. I'll see how to figure that out. So I get six successes on damage.
All right. So yeah, Isaac, you tear out a chunk of sludge, and as you rip your claw through it, the splatter spreads out on the grass and starts to steam and hiss a little bit.
All right, well, that is all he can do in that round.
All right, so Heath, you're up next.
So if you move back, does it still work like D&D and get an attack opportunity or the equivalent of that?
I no, I don't believe so. No, no.
Okay, so Keith is gonna jump back as far as he can,
Mm-hmm.
and as he's jumping back, he runs his claws into the ground and activates Razor Claws.
All right.
Unfortunately, it takes the entire turn to charge. Uh, I use a rage point to activate it, and as I'm jumping back, I'm running my claws in the stone in the ground to make them sharper.
Okay. Uh, would you like to spend another point of rage to add an attack on top of that?
Let's see how much have I used so far? But yeah, probably. Let's see. Where's my place? Where is it? There it is. All right, so I use a point for the attack. Delete. Thank you. And then I'm using another point to attack again. All right, so I'm good. Yeah, I'll attack.
Okay.
Okay, so I gotta figure out how to do this again. So, let's see. So if what Jack said is true, if I do this, it should be no. Let's see. 3 plus what was it again? Dexterity plus brawl, right?
Yeah, dexterity plus brawl.
So 3 and push brawl. Where's my brawl? So that'd be 6, but it'd be 7 technically. So
Yeah, 7 because you're in Krynos.
So let's see. Yeah, I've also been kind of messing around with it. If I could try to get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And then, but I also add 2 more, I believe, with my gift. Yeah, with my gift.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's damage, not difficulty. And it's difficulty 5 instead of 6.
Okay.
Let's see. How much do you roll? Let's see. You roll.
1, 2, 3.
Looks like a total of 9 dice.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 9 dice? Yeah, plus 2. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, it should be right. So I got that to work.
Okay.
So it is supposed to be 9 for me.
Okay.
For that. So, and it's in difficulty 5.
Yep.
So yeah, it worked for me. So it is 4 successes.
Okay. So 3 of that carries over to the damage.
Alright, so let's see how that works with damage. So I should have plus 2 with the dice. And then I added 3 extra successes. Let's see. How much did it add? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not right, is it? Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. 11?
4 strength in Krynos plus 3 successes. Yeah.
8,
Right.
11.
And then you said it lowered the difficulty for damage to
Wow.
5.
Yeah, it lowers the difficulty -1. So whatever it is now, it goes down by 1.
Okay. Give me just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So it didn't count the 5 successes. So I believe that's with the 2 crits, that should be 9 altogether.
God damn.
4, 8.
And this is why it's good to have an Arun. Yeah, that's 9.
Yeah.
No, did you use the combat tab or did you use the abilities and attributes tab to roll?
I used the combat tab. So what I did, is for like I have one specifically for the ability. So my attribute is dexterity, brawl, skill, attack modifier +2.
Oh, because you put the attack modifier. I didn't do that because I was thinking that if you're in Krynos and you click Krynos, you'll automatically add it. But I guess you gotta do that.
Well, I had to do it because I made it specifically for when I'm using Razor Claws.
Oh, okay.
It adds 2 damage modifiers, and then
I don't know why you forget.
my difficulty I set it to 5. So I don't know why I didn't count it as 5. And then I added strength so that way it counts the Krynos form. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm still messing around with it as well.
Yeah.
So, 9 successes, you said?
Yes. So
Oh,
yeah, so you eviscerate this fiery spirit,
I was
and
angry that he hurt last.
yeah, yeah, you just tear it to pieces, and all that's left is just like a few cinders of where it used to be as you tear this blob of fiery gel apart. And then, all right, Laz, it is now your turn. I believe Laz said that he wanted to use his turn to focus on healing.
Recovery.
Give me just one moment. And let's see.
I should honestly use some of my EXP to get some new skills after this. I have no looking to that.
Alright, I'm gonna assume Laz is still AFK, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the stamina roll for him.
Okay.
So, let's see. Season Hispo, so 5. It's gonna be a difficulty 8 for him to heal. Alright, so
Holy
Laz takes a few steps back, and starts to heal up. He focuses on healing, and he heals 4 points of damage.
Hooray! He's
So now he's fine and dandy now. He's back normal. He his skin looks his skin still looks pretty rough. Like the healing burns still look like kind of like chewed up bubble gum. But you see like little tufts of fur even start to grow back. As he looks like a giant monstrous mole rat wolf thing.
no.
A naked wolf.
Looks like one of those ugliest cats in the world. The ugly dog.
Oh, welcome back, Laz. I rolled your healing for you. You are back to normal. The spirit burned all of your fur off, so you look like a giant naked mole rat,
Here's what you look like, lass.
basically.
Could be worse.
And as you heal that damage back, Laz, you have like little tufts of fur that are starting to grow back, but you've got those kind of burn scars all over your body for the moment. All right, and then so next is the sludge monster. Let's see.
Well, Keith got so angry that he smashed the flame monster to bits. So all he has is a slime monster.
All right, and then
And this is
the giant, this sludge spirit, this giant blob of nauseous oil and tar. It almost seems to like stand up for a moment as it kind of grows taller, and then it does like this body slam onto the ground as it lands with such a force that it topples everybody over, and everybody takes a point of bashing damage.
Bastion is the little slash.
Yes, just the one slash.
Okay.
So everybody should be bruised as the sludge spirit body slams the ground so hard that the earth just shakes. All right, and then it is Adrian's turn.
Oh. Okay. I had him a little bit back. With the monster down, he's gonna go around the side of Isaac. And hopefully, his little trick worked last round, and he's actually able to just run his claws down the side as he's gonna try and get around the creature and behind it, so he's out of Isaac's way. That's Dex and Brawl.
Yes.
So 4 dice. 9, 2, 2, 6.
So 2 successes.
2 successes.
So 1 carries over, and then you get an extra die of damage from the fatal flaw that you used last turn.
Yeah. And claws is just strength.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, looks like strength and then +2.
That's what 2 successes.
2 successes, yeah.
Not the worst.
Yeah, You swipe at the sludge and just sinking your claws in, the body of the spirit just slows down the inertia of your claws for a moment as you tear off a chunk of sludge off of its gross, sticky, smelly body.
Fair enough.
All right, and then it is Isaac's turn.
All right. I guess he would just go for another slash.
Okay.
So that seems to be the best thing because putting his mouth on that thing does not seem very optimal. One.
Ouch.
I'm just rolling like shit tonight.
Oh, you still
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, still hit.
You're rolling like balance. Like you got 2 successes and 2 failures.
Yeah. Strength. Okay. And 4 successes for damage.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
All right. Yeah, you tear off another chunk of noxious sludge as digging your claws into this thing repeatedly is kind of making your claws and hand feel kind of a little weird. It's probably just the
Squishy.
squishy grossness of the spirit in general, and the fact that it's a worm spirit too.
Squishy. Squish, squish.
All right, and then next is Heath.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to do another claw attack on the remaining one. Let's see. Let's see. Roll. Did it take us? Let's see. 4 dexterity, 4 plus Krynos, and then plus true roll. So that's 11. I think it did count. Please. I wish I could see the rolls instead of a big box. Let's see. 1, 2.
You can hover.
Yeah, if you hover the cursor over the 3 and the 3 successes, you can see the number of dice it rolled. Looks like it rolled 9.
Let's see. Hang on.
Yeah, and you can also count attribute. Hold on, shit. Yeah, 4 plus 3 plus 2. Attribute, skill, weapon.
Krynos should be 11, isn't it? Because no, never mind. No, you're right. It's right. Never mind. It took me a second. I was counting strength, not dexterity.
Dexterity. Yeah, it's dexterity a hit. Strength for damage.
All right.
It should. Yeah.
All right, so 2 of those successes carry over to damage.
All right. Let's see. So damage. Let's see if it actually does it again. And then 2 of them carry over. All right. Let's see.
Oh, damn.
So he looks at the slime monster and then jumps into the air to slam them with his claws. As he does that much. So I think it doesn't count the 5s. It's still counting 6.
Oh, hold on. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because you rolled 2 10s. So yeah, so 11 successes from the double crits and the 5s. So again, Heath deals the killing blow. As Heath, if I heard you right, you basically run up and body slam it.
Yeah, I just jump into the air and slam it down with my claws.
Yeah, you leap, jump into the air, slam it down with your claws, and it just explodes from the impact as this thick, sticky tar-like sludge just splatters over everybody that was within melee range of it. So I think that's basically everybody in just sticky, messy explosion. And the remains start to kind of like steam and hiss a little bit as it starts to kind of fade and burn away.
It's done.
Going to take all day to get this out of my fur.
You okay, Laz?
And Laz says, "Whew, yeah, I'm all good now."
So what now, sticky moss man?
As Isaac wipes his paws on Heath.
We keep watch. If anything gets close to them, we kill it, or it kills us. We make sure that they need to get their right done.
I see. And
That's all. All we got to do is keep them safe while they do it, and everything will work out just fine.
And as Adrian is talking, he just grabs a glob from the ground and just throws it at at Isaac's direction.
He's gonna dodge that.
How dare you wipe your paws on me?
You're already messy enough.
I don't need you to add to it.
That makes you look better.
I'm just gonna choose to ignore that statement.
You doing all right, Laz? Okay, yeah, he says he's all good now. Now, the area around them, now that they're in the place where they can do the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
is it wide open? Is there like any cover at all?
It's kind of open in the field. They're heading closer to the where the refinery was, where there's the giant spout of fire.
Mm,
And so it's kind of like it's an open area. There's not really in the Umbra. There isn't really a lot of cover. You sort of see the remains of the perimeter fence, except in on this side of things, it's made out of like, well, it's like wood, and then it's held up together with spider webbing. But because of everything that's happened, there's like parts of it that have been destroyed. So there's kind of some cover with the fence, but other than that, it's an open field.
oh, well, these are sludge monsters and fire monsters. It's not covers. A fence is not going to give too much cover. All right, once he checks everybody's okay, including melting snow, he's gonna. Well, I guess they're gonna go in with him. He's gonna stick with them, but they're gonna basically surround them. So when they do their thing, nothing can get to them.
Okay. All right, and then yeah. So the rest of the Uktena, they continue moving their way forward, and they get closer to the fire, kind of along the edges of the body of like of oily water that would be there in the physical, or in the physical world, and it's just in on the spiritual side. It's just this pool of green burning fire, as you watch Moon's Light begin a summoning rite, and there are she begins this summoning rite a fair distance away from the fire, but emerging from it, you see two more of the balefire spirits emerge from the inferno and head towards them. You see Krell and Doe's Heart kind of take a defensive position around Moon's Light and Melting Snow as the two of them perform the summoning rite. And Krell waves the four of you over to come join them and fend off the spirits as you see a few others converge. But Krell directs you to focus on the fire spirits. And then, do you guys want to re-roll initiative to kind of imitate a new combat starting?
It works for me
Sure.
either way.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe heal up
let's do
Bruce's.
it.
I don't know, Laszlo. Maybe. As I got the same roll.
Oh yes, you do heal your bruises, so everyone should be fine and dandy now.
Alright, so this should roll an 8. See if it actually does it. Yes, it did. Okay, good.
All right, so Laz gets to go first. Laz, what would you like to do?
I like how Lass and Adrian just switched places. So.
Two of the same. So basically, they're two fiery blobs. Basically, the same kind of spirit that burned you really badly.
And these are balefire, right?
Yes.
So it's actually a sickly green flame.
Okay. All right, Laz, go ahead and roll to attack. Are you gonna claw or are you gonna try to bite again? A bite? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so to bite is difficulty 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 1. Alright, so 5 successes, Laz. So 4. You got 4 carryover. Alright, and then, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage on the Balefire Spirit. It's a nice job, Laz. It's very spicy. As Laz, you go in to take a bite out of the bale fire spirit again, and it burns your mouth as you take a chomp out of it. All right, and then Heath, you're next.
I got a question.
Oh, sure.
Does this count as a new scene, or is it the same scene?
It's the same scene technically.
Okay.
Like
That
think of it as
important
like a kind of like a second phase of a fight.
Okay. So I'm going to run up and attack the elemental that Last is attacking.
Okay.
So let's see. I roll, and I got 4.
It's a 4, so that's 3 carry over to the damage.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see, and then I attack 3. Submit a bunch of that stuff.
All right. And then you said it should be difficulty 5, right?
Difficulty 5.
All right.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 8. All right, so 8 successes.
Okay.
As Heath, you charge in with a claw as you shred through the elemental, and in just one strike, you can tell it looks incredibly weak as the sickly green flame actually looks like it's starting to flicker and go out. It looks like it's struggling to keep burning at a healthy intensity.
Oop, let's not. Oop, we got it.
All right, and
Okay.
then Isaac is next.
Alright, you said there were 2 of them, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, well, since they are on one of them, correct? Or is it 1 and 1?
Both of those are in 1.
Oh, both are on 1. Okay, well, Heath can take care of the one he has. Isaac's gonna go over for the other one then, for
Okay.
another claw attack. Oh, look, 2.
Oh, nice. So 1 carryover.
Sorry.
Fuck off. There you go.
All right. So just the same as with the previous elemental, you slash your claw through it. It singes some of the fur on your hand as you swipe through it, and it sprays sparks that fizzle out. And next is Adrian.
How close are they together?
I'd say like reasonable, I'd say pretty close together.
Within 20 feet of each other?
Yeah, within 20 feet of each other.
And are they more than 20 feet away from the people doing the right?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of going after one of them, he's going to go right in the middle of them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to do his thunderclap.
All right. And if I remember right, that's a willpower roll for them, right?
Yeah, they must succeed on a willpower roll difficulty 8.
Okay. All right, so they both got at least 1 success.
Well, I tried. They're both okay then. I was hoping to get at least one of them stunned until their next turn, but didn't work. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Make sure I spend my Gnosis point. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So let's see. So Heath, one of them is going to lash out at you with an arm. And
Okay.
So let's see. Let me just make sure I'm rolling the right thing. All right. So 2. Okay. So 2 successes. So 1 carries over. This is potentially not going to look pretty.
Hit me.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, go ahead and roll your stamina to soak.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, the wrong way. It's the other way around.
Alright, so going to take 4 points of aggravated as you soak up 3.
Let's see. 4 points. So I'm at
I believe it should be wounded.
winded.
Yeah, so it raises an arm and basically slashes. It raises an arm and slashes across your chest as you feel the fire burn through your fur, and it leaves a nasty looking mark. And then the second one, it is, let's see. Okay, the second one is going to spend a point of essence of its own health in order to fire blast Isaac. So like before, there isn't a roll to dodge, it just does the damage. So this is probably gonna hurt. One, no. Alright, so 2 points of potential damage. So Isaac, go ahead and soak.
Let's see, 35. Alright, let's do that. 5.
Alright, so the balefire spirit rams into you, and it burns you, but it's not as serious as Zest or Laz.
Okay, so how much damage? Just none or
Just
one?
1 point.
One. Aggravated.
No, one aggravated, yeah. Alright, and then it's going to be Laz's turn again. Yes, you. Alright, go ahead and roll. I assume you're going to bite. Alright, Laz, that's 4 successes, so 3 carry over to the damage. Alright, so 4 successes. So Laz, you finish off the balefire spirit. So you go in for that second bite, and you rip it apart. You know what, Laz, make a... Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, so Laz, you take a bite out of the balefire spirit and finish it off.
How'd you do that? The aggravated part underneath your name.
I think there's a button for aggravated damage, I think.
Yeah, if you keep clicking, eventually it'll turn red. I think that's the aggravated one. I don't know. That's what I'm using.
Okay. Alright, I just saw that automatically. Okay, good to know.
I think he's talking about his damage. If you see where Laz rolled his damage, it says it's aggravated.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to mess with it and see if I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so there's one balefire spirit left. So Heath, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to attack it.
Okay.
Oh, I actually got 1 success, even with the wound.
Alright, yeah. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Dude, 1 damage.
Alright.
1 damage. Yes, I did not roll very well.
Alright, and then it is now Isaac's turn.
Let's see. The one I had attacked Oh wait, am I muted? There we go.
Mm,
The one I had attacked previously. How's that one looking? Or is that one?
In terms of damage, I'd say it's beat up.
Okay. Well, that was the same one that rammed into me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one that rammed into you.
All right. Well, I can't really do much. He's not a fighter, and he can't use his rifle just yet. So, another claw attack. Why not?
Okay.
Let's go for it. And that's a roll over of 2. Yeah, he's not a fighter. He prefers long range combat for a reason. So yeah, there's 2 successes on damage
Okay.
to another claw attack.
Alright, and then it is Adrian's turn.
Well, he's gonna run in like a madman and try and swipe him with his claw. Let's see if what I set up works. 4.
ta-da!
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So 1 success.
Alright, so that hits.
And damage. Nothing. Wait a minute.
It didn't connect.
Alright, let me try this again.
There we go, much better.
There we go.
There we go. Alright, 4.
It helps when it actually puts the strength
Yeah,
in the roll.
there we go.
Alright, yeah, and as everyone starts to converge on the balefire spirit, and you take turns clawing at it, and you start slowly but surely whittling it down, and it still has a little bit of strength left. And using what little of its essence is left, it is going to blast fire on... let's say it's gonna... it's gonna try to blast fire on Heath. So Heath, go ahead and get ready to roll Soak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so yeah, go ahead and roll Soak.
It's aggravated, right?
Yes.
Let's see if this one works. I'm just curious. Oh, it does work.
Alright, so you only take 1 point of damage as it explodes a blast of fire on you.
I am not looking very good right now. I am in the mauled stage. No, actually, no, I'm in... Well, no, yeah, I am in the mauled stage.
Yeah, so you're looking pretty rough. Alright, and then Laz, it's your turn. If you don't botch or fail, you very potentially have the final kill or the final blow.
Believe in you, Laz, you can't fail. Hispo bite and a bite.
Hispo bite would include the Hispo bonus to it, I believe.
+1.
So the +1 damage or the extra damage.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right, so 4 successes, so 3 carries over. All right, so 4 points of damage. So Lazel, you finish it off. So Laz, you deliver the final bite as you rip and tear the fire elemental to pieces. And as you guys look back over to the Uktena, you see Krell and Dozeheart fighting off some of the sludge spirits as they finish them off, and the summoning rite is completed, and out of the ground you see this kind of these facial features start to form as an elemental arises out of the ground. And for everyone except for Adrian and does Isaac have spirit speech? I know he has
I
his owl
think
spirit.
only when yeah, he can speak to his owl because that's actually part of him.
Oh, okay.
But I think the only time he can do that is when he's in the underworld.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, he can't speak to other spirits.
Yeah, he doesn't have the gift, right?
No, he doesn't. That was one
Yeah.
I was going to pick up since we don't have a theurge.
Yeah, I already picked it up though.
Okay. Cool.
So for now we're okay.
All right.
All right, yeah. So this earth elemental starts to rise out of the ground, and it has vaguely human features, as it looks like it has like kind of like indentations for eye sockets, maybe some indication of ears, and no mouth. As to everyone except for Adrian, it sounds like just kind of like the sounds of a landslide and rocks smashing together as this spirit talks to Moonslight and Melting Snow, and the older Thurge, who seems like she had Melting Snow actually lead the rite, and she steps aside to let Melting Snow negotiate with the Earth Spirit. And there's a brief dialogue back and forth as Melting Snow fulfills the role of her auspice and negotiates a deal for the Earth Elemental's help. And after a few good minutes, the elemental starts to sink back into the ground again before it rises up, and with these large stone hands kind of moves the earth to cover up the burning inferno and snuff it out that way. And as the group of you watch this happen, there's this heavy rumble of an earthquake as across the Great Plains you can see that the other spouts of flame, the other open pockets of oil deposits that lost my train of thought. You watch as across the plains, the other smaller spouts of fire that erupted as a result of the refinery explosion are also snuffed out in a cloud of dirt as rocks and stone rise up in this massive earthquake to smother the fire. And as the earth beneath your feet starts to settle, that's when all 4 Uktena start to move to action. And as they begin their binding ritual to reseal this prison of the Bane that was almost unleashed today, or tonight, I should say. And it's almost like a dance. It's a ritual that none of you have ever seen before, as they move and dance and go around in a large circle around the wreckage of the now partially buried refinery. And they chant and perform the ritual as you fend off any other worm spirits that might try to interrupt. And eventually, after about what seems like forever, after about 2 or 3 hours of this continuous, almost non-stop dance, the ritual is complete, and the the corrupted balefire finally starts to simmer down, and that sickly green starts to fade away as the rupture in the prison of whatever ancient Bane was buried deep beneath the earth countless millennia ago is finally resealed again. Crisis averted. And as the four other Garou finish their ritual, they look out of breath and tired, but they look at the four of you with very gratefully for your assistance.
And once he's sure it's done, he looks at him and says, "Okay, are you guys okay to move? Should we get out of here, or do you need to rest or anything?"
Moonslight is going to shake her head, and she says, "No, we're fine to move. We should probably move. That inferno is likely drawn in other servants of the worm. We're very fortunate that it was only the spirits that were here. We should move before Fomori or other servants of the worm are drawn to this place."
Then he looks at his own pack, namely Heath, and says, "You good to move?
I'll live. I might be a little slower, but as long as we can get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Get to the campsite again." Isaac, lead the way. Laz, go with Isaac. The other four, the four Uptena, you guys go behind them. Let them clear the way. Me and Heath will take the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Isaac will lead the way then.
And kind of move in sort of a pack formation. I mean, for now, Adrian's going to stay in Krynos. He's just going to drop to all fours and start running like that. And still really fast.
He's just gonna follow along, even though he's a lot more wounded, so he's a bit slower than normal.
All right, and the group of you navigate through the forest. There's still a few fire spirits kind of dancing among the trees, but they are not corrupted like the balefire spirits that you just faced. And there's still the heavy cloud of smoke and smog as you make your way back towards your camp. And as you reach safety, Doe's heart speaks up, and she says, "Thank you again for your help. The fires will take several days to burn out, but..."
That was the idea. You guys can stay here in the camp if you'd like. I know that it took a lot out of you. You stay overnight. We'll help keep you safe. Like I said, our next goal was to go up to the reservation and give you guys some of this meat that we have. We have a lot of bear meat and deer meat for more than we could ever eat for the folk over at the res. So we'll be heading your guys' direction tomorrow anyway. If you want to just move as one, it's safety and numbers kind of deal.
And she nods and agrees. Yes, it is. It would be safer, and it would be safer if we moved together. And Krell speaks up and says, "And it gives us time to decide on a deed name for melting snow."
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And melting snow, even back in her lupus form now, she has her kind of brow furrowed as she's obviously thinking very hard, trying to come up with a deed name of her own. And she says, "I'll come up with one."
I know you will.
I have until the next moot, so there's plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Now we got to work on one for Heath. I think he earned his tonight.
And Krell also gives Heath a big grin, and he says, I was just about to ask. Shit, out of character, I just forgot Laz's deed name. Was it
Wins the night.
When's the Night? Okay. As Krell gives Heath a big grin, and he says, I was just about to ask. I heard from our septs talks with yours that When's the Night already earned his deed name at the moot, and you landed some good blows against those balefire spirits. Maybe that will stoke the fires of inspiration. And he chuckles.
It wasn't much. I just saw Laz get hurt. I did what was needed to do, even if I did take a good beating afterwards.
Even
By
better.
the way, better, you think?
Yes, even better. You could pick a name, something along the lines of, I don't know, protects his friends, protects his pack.
I'll think about it.
I was thinking more along the lines of Fire Bane, or Rends the Flame, something like
Rings the
that.
Flame sounds. That's actually what I was about to say.
Rends the Flame is a really good one.
Rend
Yeah.
flame, huh?
Well, that's what claws do. Claws rend.
Oh.
So it means you attacked the fire with your claws. It's a pretty good name, actually. As far as Auron go, they usually pick the I kicked the shit out of this kind of name.
I guess you make a good point. I'll think
It was
about it.
better than Fire Crotch.
Or slime
Could
bottom.
call him Heath the Flamer.
Now that's just rude. I'm injured here with half a leg, and you're taking it out on me.
No, we're just kicking around ideas. No idea is a bad idea, except for that last one.
Firecrotch? Well,
Hold the other one.
oh,
Heath the Flamer.
And Krell speaks up again, and he says, "Well, Ren's the balefire does have a nice ring to it.
It kind of does.
Well, you have an entire month to think about it."
I sure do. I'm just glad we could help out. Hey, Adrian.
Yeah.
So, how much are these wounds gonna heal when they heal up? By the way.
Well, usually they leave a pretty nasty scar. You're probably not going to be as pretty at the end of this as you were at the beginning of this.
And he's gonna look down at the large diagonal slash. Oh, well, I guess I won't be.
He looks at the two Thurges and says, do either of you have enough energy left to heal up my Auron here? If possible?
If not, it's fine. I saw Laz heal himself. I think I could do that, right?
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of focus and healing thoughts.
Yeah, both Moonslight and Melting Snow could heal you with Mother's Touch. There's a chance that it'll heal away any of the scars too. So I was gonna ask you and Laz if you wanted to keep the scars, because they can get you a little bit of extra glory renown, or if you wanted to ask them to use Mother's Touch to heal those away so that you look pretty again.
I don't know. Can you heal my face at least? Like, I don't care about my lower body.
If I remember, Heath didn't get burned on the face. I think it was just the chest.
Oh, then if my face is okay, then I don't care.
It's Laz that got burned in the face.
Oh, that's right.
So
All right.
I kind of described it like it was his whole body, but it was his face mainly.
Oh, okay. Well, if my face is quote unquote okay, then I'm fine with letting it heal naturally. So, Laz, do you wanna keep your scars? I could use a bit of a touch up.
Alright, yeah. So Zest, you want to keep your scar, and Laz is gonna heal his.
Yeah, I want to keep my big ass diagonal burn scar.
Okay, I will get back to you on the extra glory you get for keeping the scar. And then Laz, the Thurges are gonna heal you up, and your face is pretty again.
I'm too tired to be angry, literally, because I only have 1 point of rage after all that. So I think it all ended well.
Well, we're all alive, so it ended well.
But I'm surprised how quickly you healed, Laz. Will it be?
Yes, you'll be able to taste dinner.
Honestly, the crazier one was Laz. He tended to bite the thing, even though it was on fire.
Well, he went with Hispo, which is smart in a way, because it's a +1 die to bite damage. You get extra damage in Hispo. But then again, it was a creature made of fire, so tainted fire. Do any of you have the right of, purification?
I don't think so.
Cleansing right? That's what it is, the cleansing right. I don't have it. I have the right of talisman dedication.
I just have to send down the world. That's not me.
I don't. Where do you get that from, or who do you learn that from, rather?
You'd learn it in the Sept.
Oh,
Yeah, you would
From-
learn it from
yeah.
other Garou. I could have sworn I gave it to Melting Snow, but either she or the older Thurge can do the rite of cleansing on you guys.
I was thinking more or less Laz, because he was biting the whole time, where the rest of us were just using our claws. Our hands got dirty and burnt, but he got it in his mouth, and you're always going to end up swallowing at least a little bit, so he might need to be cleansed.
look, we need to purify last. Time to get the knife.
Usually it's done with just a little bit of water, so
Oh,
put the knife away.
that's
like a-
disappointed.
Oh.
You have bad juju inside of you. We gotta get it out.
Yeah.
We gotta expel the demon inside of you.
Yeah, so Moon's Light has some sage with her, and she performs a Uktena version of the purification rite. It's a little different from what the rest of you have seen it performed, but it does the same thing.
Yeah.
And you
Different
see-
strokes for different folks.
And you see like maybe like a little like inky sliver of the taint that Laszlo might have kind of swallowed up, and at the end of the purification rite, everybody howls, and it basically just evaporates as the corruption is destroyed.
Awesome. And with that, then they can go back into the regular realm and the near realm as it is, and catch some sleep. I'm sure they're all exhausted.
Yep, and you guys cross back over into the physical world, make camp, rest, and recover for the next day.
Even though they're all exhausted, just to be safe, they take some turns keeping watch.
Yeah, Heath will take watch as well during the night.
But he does remind everybody they had nothing to do with the fire. They're just out here hunting and keeping an eye on that fire for now if they need to run away from it. They've got plenty of deer hide and bear meat and deer meat to prove that they've been hunting, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the following morning, the 8 of you make your way towards the reservation, and there's still just the heavy haze of smoke in the air, and it appears to be that the fire has been kind of slowly moving through the Cumberland forest, and there's the nearby army fort is just abuzz with activity, as there's wagons of water wagons and soldiers trying to slow down the burn, but who knows if they're really succeeding much. But as you pass by the fort and to the reservation, you're welcomed. Maybe not with open arms from, well, not it's a pleasant welcome as soon as word goes around of how you guys helped, and the kinfolk are more than happy to take the donation of meat and furs and hides.
Yeah, anything the pack doesn't need, they can take.
We tend to travel light.
So Heath, you see what happens when you tell me you need to have a fight? Did you have a fight? Is that good enough for you? Do I need to bring it up a notch?
Bring it up a notch. Let's see how close
Okay.
to that you can get me.
I mean, I only burnt down a quarter of a forest and a.
Oh. What are you talking about, boss? We only went out hunting.
That's right.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. This fire was just an unfortunate accident from last night's storm.
There you go.
Yeah.
You are a horrible liar.
Me? No, but never. I like you so much, Isaac.
Uh-huh.
Truly.
Oh man,
Truly.
I could have gotten another deed name from this one.
Really now.
Lies like shit.
No, I'm the one that burnt down the place, and I'm the one that caused the next storm. I am the storm bringer.
You're more like the copper tongue.
A silver tongue guy.
No,
Silver tongue.
copper tongue, because you couldn't lie very well.
I lie better than you'll ever know.
I hope so, because otherwise your lawyer degree was for nothing.
Way better than you'll ever know.
Do I look pretty?
No.
Good. At
Oh,
least
was
you're...
I supposed to lie?
No, it depends. What was the right answer? What do you think?
What was the right answer?
Yeah?
It's hard to say. Did you want to hear the truth or did you want to hear the lie?
Yes.
Exactly.
You are an infuriating person sometimes. You know that, boss?
Yep. So where should we go to next?
Well, what's in the agenda that we need to do?
I heard Isaac say something along the lines of needing to find somebody for a pocket watch.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that shit works.
Every now and again, I have spirits or, well, wraiths asking me to do stuff for them. I do it because it's better than having them haunt you for the rest of your life.
Must be a pain.
You said it was out near Valentine, right?
Yeah, it was Valentine.
Well, since I think we kinda earn a day for rest, let's go see if we can find this person. Do you know what they look like or something?
Not a clue.
The
Got
name?
a name though.
Oh, okay. Good.
Clinton Lott, son of Russell Lott.
What? Oh, okay. Well, do you want to stay here for a bit, or should we just head out to Valentine to find this guy?
It's no pressing matter. Pretty sure he's not going to be coming alive anytime soon. The wraith, that is. As for the other guy, I don't even know if he's alive. So we can rest for a day, head out in the morning
How
or
old is
next
this
morning.
dude?
Yeah.
No
Okay,
idea.
we'll do that.
Okay, I don't mind. I need the rest, and to think of an
Heal
excuse.
up.
And think of an excuse if people ask, if normal humans ask how they got burned, just a line instead of being burned to death.
Pretty sure nobody's going to be asking too many questions about it.
Hopefully, it
You
can't
can
be
always just say
something
something about doing a torch at your face. Or
How about you
wherever.
don't take your shirt off in public and nobody
Wear your
knows
shirt,
about
yeah.
But then how can I show my body off?
Isaac walks off, shifting back in the helmet.
it? Yeah, I'm not going to answer that one either. He just turns around and walks off. Go look for a cooking fire to make himself some more tea because this smoke is kicking his ass.
But wait, I thought you were my lawyer. I thought you had all the answers. Come back.
No, I'm a lawyer for a lot of things. I do not defend public indecency. Keep your goddamn clothes on.
Fine. And he's gonna go to the campfire to grab a bite to eat or make something to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have their own little area that they can be in and make their own little fire, their own little place to stay and
And
make food, tea.
Not bother the residents.
Oh, absolutely. As far as the other Garou here, it's a bit of a skeleton crew, at least more of one than it usually is, because the elder that you guys met, surveys the unseen, is over in Saint Denis with some of the other sept leaders to negotiate an alliance with the Saint Denis Sept. So it's Krell, Moon's Light, Dozeheart, Melting Snow, and one of the Wendigo.
So, Moon's Light would be acting elder right now, right?
Actually, yes.
So, actually, what Adrian will do is go up to her
Mm-hmm.
and ask, while there's some missing, he knows that they're in Saint Denis. While they're missing, do they feel a need to have his pack stay here until the elders come back, so they have a little bit of a backup in case anything comes? 4 extra Garou keeping an eye on the place is helpful, and it does nothing but bolster, good relations between the two sets of people. And it really doesn't. I mean, they brought their own food, so it really doesn't hurt anything to have them be there. They're not going to be taxing on the area or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he makes the offer. He just says, if you'd like us to stay here for a few days, a week, or whatever, then we can do that. We don't have anything so pressing that we have to leave right now. If you guys need the extra bodies just for safety's sake, then they'll stay.
And Moon's Light, she pauses for a moment and says, "You know what, I appreciate the offer, and you are welcome to stay and help us. Besides the 4 of us, we have, some of our other fosterns. We have about 8 of our Garou here. 4 more wouldn't hurt at all.
Better safe than sorry.
I agree.
Okay, we'll stay, no problem. No problem. We'll make ourselves useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull my way here.
So yeah, he goes and informs the pack. Oh, since they're running short here right now, we're gonna go ahead and stay until the elders come back, and then we'll head to Valentine.
Okay, fine with me.
Heal up, rest up, go around the res, help anybody that would like any help, and just generally make themselves useful.
No problem, boss. At least I didn't get a fucking limp from that.
Hey, consider yourself lucky. There's Garou out there that missing their eyeballs and shit, missing hands and shit after fights like that. We got real lucky.
I can imagine.
Hell, we all walked away from it. We got real lucky.
All right. So I did do a quick look up on battle scars. So I guess how it's supposed to work is, well, yeah, Heath did nearly die. But there's like a thing where it's like, I think it's like if you fill in all your damage boxes, you roll rage and to see if you come back in a frenzy, and it's like a kind of like a adrenaline frenzy where it's like healing's a little more difficult for the werewolf body, so it's you get scars. So since it's not like a super serious scar and kind of more cosmetic than anything, Zest, if you want to keep the scar, I'll let you. And if you do, you lose. Looks like well, it's not the worst scar, so it's not going to affect your appearance, but you get a 1 point of glory.
Sure, I'll keep the cosmetic scar.
Okay. All right. So you'll get a point of glory, and I'll figure out the renown gain for everybody else after we're done.
Okay.
Welcome back, Laz.
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Laz.
And now, is that temporary glory that he gets, or an
Temporary.
actual? Okay, I was curious.
Let me put it in my stat sheet so I don't forget. Let's see, temporary glory. Nope, that's not it either. There it is. Whoops.
But yeah, so it's a few uneventful days of basically guard duty and helping kinfolk with chores around the sept. Is there anything in particular that you guys want to do?
No, nothing I can think of.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah.
Just help out, like with the chores and the hunting while they're short staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say like you guys go on a few patrols. Krell probably shows you a few tricks on how to hide in the forest, and Melting Snow probably learns a few other things along the way too. But then it's after about 3 or 4 more days. That's when Moonslight, who is not only the acting elder at the moment, but she's also the gatekeeper for the sept. Around midday, she howls and announces the return of Elder White Eagle, and also the Master of the Right and the Master of the Challenge. The Master of the Right being a Garou named Worm Watcher, and then the Master of the Challenge is Davinkso, one of Melting Snow's brothers.
And hopefully they bring good news.
Hope so as well.
Yeah, when the 3 of them return, there's a small meeting since the sept is not very large. All in all, I believe it's actually, let me count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 14 Garou, including Melting Snow. So it's a very small sept. But when the 3 elders return, they have a small gathering as they're caught up on what's been going on about the explosion at the refinery and the repair of the prison for the Bane spirit that's buried underneath the earth. And White Eagle is pleasantly surprised to see the 4 of you. And he says, "Good that you are here. That means that I get to deliver good news to you, or I'm certain that you will be pleased to hear it. Our septs have decided to form an alliance to establish a moon bridge between between forgetting the names of the septs. I'm so bad at remembering names today. So White Eagle speaks and he says, "Well,
A moon bridge between the Sept of the Emerald Marsh and the Sept of the Turkey people."
yes, exactly. Yeah, White Eagle says your sept and mine have decided to form an alliance to establish a moon bridge between the sept of the Emerald Marsh and the sept of the Hidden Ravine. Apollo's vengeance."
Excellent news.
And your elder would be the one to tell you this, but she wishes for your pack to go and find the is it called a pathstone or a moonstone? I think it's called a pathstone.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me look up the right to build it and see if it says. Right.
It's a pathstone to open a moon bridge.
Oh, pathstone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pathstone to open a moon bridge.
He says your elder wanted to be the one to give you this task, but she wishes for your pack to find the pathstone to build the moon bridge itself and bring it back to the sept of the Emerald Marsh. And at the end of this month, we will perform the rite during both of our moots and make our allegiance official.
Well, then maybe we should go back there and talk to them, and I don't even know how to find a pathstone. We'll figure it out. We won't fail, of course.
And White Eagle nods, and he says, "I wish you a safe journey then."
We appreciate it. I'm glad that you all and our elders could find common ground and see the benefit of friendship. And I'm incredibly glad that we could help out again.
Yeah.
Yes, we have our differences, and we do have our differences, but we managed to find common ground, and your assistance with finding and bringing melting snow back, and also the recent incident at the refinery. And he emphasizes refinery with like a bit of disgust, as he seems to just hate saying the word and just the very concept of it. And he continues and says, "You have our gratitude. And
Your gratitude is very much appreciated.
And I look forward to seeing you at the next moot."
With a pathstone.
And he nods. With a pathstone.
I don't know how long it's going to take to get a pathstone, so we might as well get going. Yeah, we should probably get going.
All right.
Let us go then.
He looks to White Eagle again, says, "I'm very glad that we were able to help out again, Ryan. Whenever, as I always said, whenever you guys need us, you give a call. We'll be there. Unless we physically can't, we'll come to help as fast as we can."
Well, if we need help again soon, I will find a way to reach you.
I'm glad. Now we're going to get out of you guys' hair and head on out for this pathstone. With that, he goes ahead and he leaves, and he goes to Isaac. Even though Laz and Heath can be there and hear this, it's fine. But he's going to ask Isaac, "Do you think we should just go try and find a pathstone, or should we go talk to our elders first and have them actually tell us to do it?"
I think making an initiative would be best. Thought you were
Yeah.
all about, being proactive and showing that we can do these things without being told.
We don't have a fucking thurge. How do you find a pathstone? They're in the
Well-
Umbra, I know that, but we have no thurge.
Well, we can always go to the underworld.
You think they'd have one?
Pathstones are usually from fallen cairns, deep in the Umbra. How much deeper can you get?
I don't want to know the answer to that. I really don't.
Well, it's an option. Not saying it's a very safe option.
It's a
but
crazy
as
option.
long as I'm with you, or with the pack, it'd be a little safer.
Relatively safe?
Relatively safe, yes.
Not very safe at all?
Oh, it'll be a little safe, a little peril.
I'm gonna interject for just a moment and pull back the storyteller screen for just a moment and say that I was just gonna have you guys go to the moon, but if you want to go into the underworld, that can work too. However you guys want to do it.
Now we get the choice between going to the moon and going to the underworld. Well, if we survive one, we can always go to the other one.
Well, if we die in one, we can go to the other one directly.
Garou don't always go to the underworld.
Ah, well, that's a shame, I guess. So, what do you need as a Yeah, what Laz asked.
So Laz asks, will this pathstone be on the way to that amulet or whatever Isaac needed to deliver?
No.
Well, probably not. It's really hard to say because we will have to find, as far as I know, we will have to find a fallen Garou. Because that I know that pathstones are part of a Karen. It's the heart of it. Basically, you need one to make one. You need one to build a bridge between two pathstones, from one Karen to the other. So if there's a fallen one or an abandoned one or something, there should be a stone left over. I believe that's how it is. I mean, speaking from Isaac, by the way, that yeah, we would just have to find one like that. And like I said, it's the only way I really know of is to go into Deep Umbra. But if there's another way, we can always ask questions and find out if there's other ways.
Why do we need a third to find a pathstone?
They can speak with spirits. For the most
I can
part.
speak with spirits.
Yeah.
The thing is to explain it as quickly and as basic as I can, Heath, we belong in both worlds. The one that we're in now and the Umbra, because we're both spirits and physical beings. Thing is a third tends to be a little bit more spirit than physical being. The third is far more comfortable in the Umbra, generally, than they are in the near realms here. Whereas your typical Thurge can find their way around the Umbra as well as Isaac can find his way around the plains, the forest, anywhere.
I see. So there's no gift that we can try to communicate with the spirits to make it easier on us if you go to the Deep Umbra?
There is a gift that you can get that'll allow you to speak to spirits, and I can guide you to the easiest way to get that gift. But from there, there's nothing special about the gift other than the ability to speak to spirits. It will not help you make a spirit do anything you want the spirit to do, and half the spirits won't give a shit if you're talking to them or not. They just don't care.
I see.
I mean, talking to a crow spirit generally will get you as far as talking to a crow.
Just like that.
Yes.
Well, either way, wherever we get this pathstone, we have to get it within a month in order to succeed. So,
Yeah.
you two are the brains of this operation. Who can we ask for more information?
Generally, I go back to the Sept of the Emerald Marsh and I talk to Moon's Shadow. Since I don't have a third, she seems to not mind that I come up and ask her questions. But she is an elder. She's the master of the rite for our septs, so she is a busy individual, but she tends to talk to me if I have questions.
I don't think Hans is around Saint Denis anymore by the time we get back, so that's out. Otherwise, I probably could ask him to ask his Sturge for a little bit more help.
Oh,
At least a little.
if I remember right, I think I mentioned the last session or the session before that Hans and his pack, the Silver Pack, went into the Umbra to stop the moon from being red. They succeeded, but they haven't come back yet.
It has been a while, so but yes, I don't think they're back from their mission, or if they're back, I'm not really sure if they're going to be there when we get there. So I think my fountain information is out. So let's try your way and see if
What's further?
Hmm?
What is further away? Strawberry
or Saint Denis.
or Saint Denis?
I believe where we are now, that'd be Strawberry. That'd be Saint Denis.
Yeah, Saint Denis is further away.
Yeah, because I believe we're not too far from Valentine.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ride down to Valentine, see if we can drop off that watch and just get it done.
Okay.
Keep the wraiths happy. That might work out in our favor later. Then we're gonna ride straight through to Strawberry. We're gonna
Take a train.
We're gonna take our horses. I don't think I'm ever taking a train again. No,
That was a fun experience. I don't know what you're going on about.
no.
Fun experience.
We're gonna.
Wasn't he the one screaming?
I wasn't screaming.
No, not you, Heath.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he sat down and said, "Well, I accept this. We're about to crash." I remember that. No, we're gonna go ahead and check on Miss Meserly, and more importantly, check on the woman that's training her to be a thurge, because that is access to a thurge right there.
Good point.
And if all else fails, and we're getting close to the 1 month mark and we haven't found it yet, we're gonna blow your whistle, and we're gonna ask the Korax for one.
Can
Court
he give us
pathstone?
one? Can he give us one? I thought this thing was important enough.
Korax collect things that are shiny and important.
Mm-hmm.
So most Korax will be able to find a pathstone and acquire a pathstone, and all we have to do is give them something shiny, like, I don't know, I can come up with a bar of silver to give them. I do own a silver mine.
Do we really want a Korax going into an old Garou sept? Carrying, though, bringing us the stone.
Well, we can ask them to steal it from spirals from a sept that fell.
So a corrupted stone.
Well, it cuts them off, and we can cleanse the stone. They get cut off, and we gain.
Are they powerful?
Black spirals?
Mm-hmm. No.
Who?
Well, them too. But the Korax, the guy they were going to ask a favor from.
They can be, just like we can be, just like the spirals can be. Look, I'm not saying it's a great plan, but this is our Hail Mary. This is what we'll do if we can't find one. We've got to find one. Thing is we hardly even know where to start. We're not going to steal one from an established cairn. That'll get us killed quick. Yeah, we'll have to ride to Valentine or straight through to Strawberry and see if Kara and her
teacher
will be able to guide us towards one, and if they can't, then we're going to have to go to the underworld or something, because
I've never had the owl look for something like that. It's possible I could do that, but I don't know if they'll be able to if it will be able to sense it, or we might have to get close for that. I have no idea. I've never tried looking for a pathstone.
Yeah, it could get it killed too.
I'll come back.
Hell, I've only ever seen one pathstone, and that was right after I first shifted. Shit.
I've never seen a pathstone, so you have one up on me.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they all look different because they're all stones.
What is that? That's a rock.
It's more important than that. It's different than that.
We'll figure it out.
We've got the options. We got Thurge back home. We've got the Thurge by Strawberry. We've got the owl that can look for it. We can try the underworld. We can wander around the Umbra for a month. And we can ask the Korax.
Well, we're not going to get anywhere here to ponder that decision, are we? So I guess we'll go with your first option. Let's go to Valentine and Strawberry and go from there. Otherwise, we're just going to walk in circles again.
I agree.
Let's go, team.
All right, pack up camp. Let's go. And they start to pack up.
All right. So Valentine isn't too far away. I'd say probably about half a day's ride or so. The smoke. Oh. I wasn't expecting the music to play. That caught me off guard.
Sorry about that. I should have said something.
That is
I
fair.
figured
Okay.
off the mood.
Who this Korax is.
But yeah, so as you guys set out to Valentine, it takes about I'd say a day or half a day to a day. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just say it takes you half a day to get to Valentine, and the smoke from the refinery explosion and the forest fire still lays thick across the forest and the plains, just like this heavy, dark fog. It's like this dark, heavy fog, and as you approach Valentine, you can see that it the smoke, the smog has laid pretty thick over the town too, and the lights that are on through the thick mist are muffled and muted, and the town is still as busy as it usually is. Most of the people there are now wearing bandanas and masks of some kind to try and keep from breathing in too much smoke. There's a lot of people coughing. Basically, anyone that is a smoker or has weak lungs is having a very bad time as the smoke rolls through and passes its course. It's just a slow and thick miasma that's probably making Adrian feel really miserable right now.
Yeah, he's just about falling off of his horse, but he keeps riding. I mean, it is all his fault anyway.
But fortunately, there is some shelter, either at the local inn or one of the two saloons. The larger, more popular one, unfortunately, has one of those kind of open air doors. So that saloon is actually a lot more empty than usual. But there's another one with a standard door that people have been turning to for refuge when they don't want to be stuck at home.